Hey, yo, what is going on, guys? Got a brand new deck guide for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going over the Shou Lao Destroy deck that took me to infinite. This deck was absolutely amazing. We had some really good stats with this list, having a bunch of different lines to mess around with. Our opponents kind of not necessarily knowing what we're playing, even though this deck's kind of been around for at least a week and a half now. It actually feels really good into the current meta with all the Doom 2099 stuff happening, even with all the end of turn stuff happening. We, of course, have some tough matchups that I'll talk about here in the video as well. But this deck was a lot of fun. He gave me a lot of great success, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so here's the deck for you guys. So you guys know about Head Loop that I've been playing for, months and months now, it seems too. It has been adjusted. People have made some different plugs into this deck. They have swapped out that Deathlock for that Shou Lao. They've also swapped out the Null for that Maverick. They're the different swaps. Of course, it's like Shou Lao for Null and it's Maverick for Deathlock. But if you want more Destroy cards, you could do Deathlock instead of Maverick. If you don't have Maverick, that's a good sub for you there. But in general, your gist here is using that big power couple of Shou Lao and Maverick here in order to add a bunch of power to the board. Since more often than not, you're playing at least 2 cards a turn here with Destroy, you're mainly skipping turn 1. You skip turn 1, so you have 2 1-drops to play on turn 2. You play a 1-drop on turn 1 if you have something like a Nico Destroy, or if you are set up for like an Agony into a Deadpool, Headpool, Carnage kind of situation, or X23. But you can kind of set that up more so on turn 2 to make sure you have 2 cards per turn in order to get that extra Shou Lao, value itself there. So I would probably only use Nico Draw 2 on turn 1 as the 1 cost you'd play on turn 1. Unless you have like the crazy hand or like there's a very special scenario where you have Mero with Destroy cards, be able to get extra death value. Like there's definitely situations where you would do other things, but the main card if you were to play a 1-drop on turn 1 is going to be Nico Destroy Draw 2, because you're going to be more often than not hitting all of the cards in your deck. You get pretty much almost all of them. You miss out like on 1 or 2 potentially, but that gives you your Destroy cards. It lets you set up your combo pieces. I think that's pretty much almost an auto snap. And as Destroy gamers, we're more often than not snapping correctly. So snapping into a Nico Draw 2 when we have Destroy cards, knowing we're going to draw Destroy cards and looking at some of these locations is something that's not that worst idea. Of course, it's turn 1, so your other 2 locations may not reveal, but I think you kind of just snap aggressively with this deck, and if you don't get what you want, you kind of just retreat, That's kind of like the instance of snap right now, but you're definitely snapping into Deadpool Agony, Agony onto Deadpool, so your Deadpool curve really starts to snowball. It's always really good, and your opponents would probably retreat most often than not into your Deadpool being big, so you're wanting to snap that earlier on before you reveal you have that snowball effect about to happen. Of course, some decks are also running Killmonger besides Destroy. I know there's a Doom 2099 list that's running Killmonger right now at the moment. I know that Negative is running Killmonger and Shang-Chi and Null. That's probably our toughest matchup is going to be that Negative Destroy deck. This doesn't feel too bad, actually, into Doom 2099. Since Doom 2099 is doing a lot of vertical, horizontal power, but it's like spread across 3 lanes, so it's not crazy vertical. We have crazy vertical potential power here with our deck, so we're able to kind of snap and play aggressively into those lanes. Of course, maybe not playing into the Iska lane, and we also are setting our cards up in such a way not to get hit by Cosmic Ghost Rider. Some of those decks are also running Cosmo, so kind of keep that warily. If you don't have Prio and they snap you turn 3, you're probably going to get hit with a Cosmo, or maybe you're in another deck against a Red Guardian or like a Deafening Chord, so just kind of keep that in mind. Try not to completely fill some of these locations, potentially on turn 3 if you think you don't have, if you don't have Prio into like a potential Cosmo situation, or if you don't have Killmonger. If you have Killmonger, you can kind of stay in those games and be okay with a snap and play greedily into those, turn 3 kind of different scenarios, because, you have Killmonger as an out for you. But other than that, I think I'd be a little bit more cautious, I think, with those kind of situations. But, you have Maverick in this deck. You're like, why do you have Maverick in this deck? So Maverick, of course, with Shou Lao is absolutely phenomenal because Shou Lao, of course, adds power to the last card you played. Adding power onto a Maverick gives you Maverick power, and then you can activate that Maverick and add that power to another card. So essentially, your Shou Lao is applying the buffs to almost 2 cards on the same turn, potentially. And then potentially even more power with Maverick. Maverick can be hit by a Headbull, can hit by a Nico, hit by an Agony. So like your Maverick can scale really well too. But you're trying to play that more in the back row when it comes to Maverick, especially because there is a lot of Cosmic Ghost Rider out there, and you don't want your Maverick to get turned off by Cosmic Ghost Rider. Of course, Shou Lao still will buff Maverick, But onto something, a Cosmic Ghost Rider, you're not able to apply that power to another card, which is kind of your premise of this, is you apply your Shou Lao power onto a Maverick, and then you boost another card. But Shou Lao doesn't always have to go in Maverick. That's just one of like the best kind of situations. Shou Lao can be adding power to a different card, maybe in a different lane. Your opponent thinks they've won that lane. It's solidified. And then you Shou Lao one of their cards, and it gets boosted by like 9, 12, 15. Like those are like the low and 9 kind of situations normally with this list, because you're playing out 2 or more cards about each and every turn, because Deadpool's a 1 cost. Your other cards you're playing with Deadpool are 1 cost cards. You have X23, so you have extra ramp to be able to play another 1 cost card. So you have a bunch of different options there. So that's why you have like that Maverick Shou Lao line. Of course, Moira here giving you a bunch of duplications of your created cards. Giving them like an extra Deadpool's okay. Extra Headpools are pretty good. Extra Destroy cards, since you're not running a large variety of Destroy cards, is always really nice. And then also extra Death. Having a bunch of 0-12 seems pretty good. So there's a lot of instances where if you have like Moira Death and a Destroy card in your starting hand, you're snapping. Because you're going to be able to cycle through getting Moira over and over and over again, getting Death over and over and over again, and then you have a Destroy card to be able to make sure that process continues to happen. So that's another one of those like kind of snap scenarios there for you with this list too. Excuse me. For this list, man, it's been a lot of fun. I was playing a lot this season. I played a little bit like before the season ended last season, but playing it now, it feels really good into the meta. If you're looking for a deck to play into the Golden Gauntlet, probably still wouldn't necessarily suggest Destroy into the Golden Gauntlet. Destroy is just one of those like funky decks that just like doesn't really do too well in like a tournament setting, and I think this video will be live hopefully before the deadline for the tournament. But if you want to play this deck, you could, but I just probably wouldn't suggest it that way. But if you want a deck to climb to hit infinite, I think this is in a good spot to be able to climb to try and hit infinite. I think with this right here, because it has a variety of different options, it can go crazy vertical into a lot of the horizontal Doom 2099 stuff that's happening. Also end of turn horizontal things that are happening too. We have Killmonger for the sunspots, for the Hydra Bobs, for the Black Cats. But, keep in mind, if you don't have the crazy Deadpool high roll or steam roll, kind of situation here, or the right amount of, procs for Shou Lao, those end of turn cards can also scale really high. With all the Athena and stuff going on, you don't necessarily have a counter for those besides Killmonger. So it's really pretty much a hoping that they didn't draw all the stuff they needed to be able to outscale you too. So that's one of the tougher matchups, with it being, negative Destroy, and some of these end of turn matchups are kind of the more difficult ones. I would say, even if you get hit with something like a Stardust and you can't get X23 to go on the board again, you still get the extra power from X23 even after Stardust is down. So just kind of keep that in mind. This deck still just has a bunch of different options, a bunch of different legs, which I like to. Moira for the surprise factor, Shou Lao surprise factor. Where's the power going to go after it gets hit on the Maverick? It's something that works really, really well for you. But yeah, that's going to be the gist of the deck guide for you. We're going to be jumping right into some gameplay, so you guys can kind of see it in action as I talk through, my plays and everything from stream from last night, which if you guys do enjoy that content, definitely feel free to check out the Twitch stream. That info will be down in the description below. We're streaming a large variety of nights. I think like almost every night when it comes to, of course, with drops, we were streaming almost every night. And then I think in general, we stream at least 5 to 6 times a week. So definitely check that out. We're back on Snap. Be ready for some more daily to like multiple times weekly Snap content. But yeah, I will see you guys at the end of the video. Those are solid. Oh my gosh, wait. If I get Deadpool or X23, this is a snap, by the way. Or Moira. Moira is also good. What do I get here? What does Moira give me back? This gives me Headpool and Carnage and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go snap into this, that. That seems pretty good. Pretty good. If that's Galactus, that's Galactus. Let me see. Yeah, Phantom X is in a really solid spot, I would say, right now, too. We get Shou Lao into X23. We get the Headpool into Carnage. Yes, this deck is very fun, Dead Guy. Very fun. Onslaught. Oh, is this the Sarah deck? I think it is the Sarah deck. Let's do this into that. Or So there's a weird world where I actually want to tempo Killmonger. Just because I think they might do Luna things. Is that weird of me? Like, I literally call it a Killmonger? Or Fanta. Or it's Fanta. Okay. We're throwing Killmonger on the board. There is a weird world. Okay, this has got to be like Enchantress or something. Please. Black Widow, not great. Kid Omega. Wait, Kid Omega's not bad, though. Okay, so we go this, which was actually a pretty rough kind of situation there. This, that. We have Prio. They don't have Sarah on the board just yet, but Onslaught is going to be a bit tricky into this matchup for me. That is something I need to note. For sure. They Prodigy Onslaught into probably like Mystique. Probably like Mystique middle. Let's do that into this, that. Or is that magic? Like, what's actually... Wait, like, genuinely curious what's about to happen here. Genuinely curious. If there's no magic... But I think magic has to, like, come down here, right? I think surely magic's about to happen. Yeah, there's the magic. I don't have another Nico change location. They don't have another Mystique for Prodigy. They go Adam. Okay. What am I doing here? I kind of need death here, right? But I've destroyed enough cards that I kind of don't want to play death. I could do this, and that. There's the Sarah. What's going on, Bat Knight? How you doing, bro? That goes left. Okay. I think I have to, like, get death here in order to have, like, a fighting chance. There's the Sarah. They have 3 cards in hand. They go Iron Man left. It would be Iron Man, Mystique, Moonstone. They can't Prodigy here. So it'd be... With Moonstone, Mystique, they're getting another +3, right? We gotta think here. They're getting at least plus another 6, right? What's going on, Roram? How you doing, brother? Is this worth for 8? If they Iron Man left, I think we're kind of cooked with Iron Man left. And well, they're at least +12 left. Because Iron Man is 3 cost. Mystique is 1 cost. And Moonstone is 3 cost. I could play all 3 of those out. It would be, I think it's this. This. I think that's actually winnable. I think it's this. There's the Iron Man. Oh, the Iron Man middle. Mystique. Okay. Tribunal. Tribunal is not what I had on my bingo card. That's actually really good. Luna. Not enough! Huge! Okay! It was Tribunal, not, Moonstone, but we played our lanes properly. Sweet. EVs. Okay, we do have X23. We have Carnage. Mer Island. Alright, I always get Deadpool here. Every time. Two good locations. Two good locations here for us. Domino! The Domino... Hospice. I lose to like a Cosmo or like a Red Guardian, but this seems pretty decent. Electro. Oh, this is just big ramp, huh? Big ramp things. This is a really good start for me, actually, too. Okay. Gonna do this. Well, do I need that extra power on Deadpool? Probably not. I think, actually, just in case I get like a Nico draw 2 or something, I want to do it this way. Contest the Electro lane. X23 goes right. Cool. We have this. I mean, honestly, we probably could have snapped this. They blink it out into Infinite. Okay. Can I snap this? I feel like this is snappable. They will have Foom stuff. We don't have Prio. And we draw cards here. We get the cards I was hoping for. We do this, that, and then... I don't contest right at all. I mean, if they Foom here... No, I think this is good. Yeah. Alright, so we got X23, Killmonger, Deadpool. Let me get some cool stuff going on. Cool stuff going on. Oh, there we go. All right. That's a good start. Good start. Now, if I get a Carnage here, this is like an extra snap. Like, extra snap. What, Dryden? Wait, actually, is this... Oh, this deck's good. Good matchup here for us. I think... we go ahead... and that... Oh, did I open something? Did I open a weird tab? There aren't any Cosmo. Mercury. Okay. I needed that, actually. That's actually a good shout. Because I loot this gets destroyed by Doom, right? I think I'm doing this. There's the Doom. Okay, they get extra energy, so they can go ahead and play Doom out. Well, that sucks. That is really bad for us, actually. They snap me. What is Shou right now? +3. So Shou's going to end up being +9. I actually think this is okay. So I go Shou Lao into... Oh, they're not going to hit Moondragon. If they move Mercury... They move Mercury here. And then Aurora, let's say. That is... One ongoing is going to get hit, so it's going to be another 4. Go 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. 21 plus another 1 is 22. This is getting +9 middle. So we're adding another 15 middle. We tie there into that. If it's Aurora, it's better if it's actually Doom. Cool. That'll work. That will work. We just might. Okay, Agony, Headpool. We got Mansion. Okay. Let's do this. Phantom Mega seems pretty cool, though. Seems pretty good. Yo, Rhodes, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the kingdom. What do I get? Can I get Nico draw 2, and can I get Deadpool? Ooh. What is my opening hand here? Agony, Killmonger, Venom. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Opponent has still not played a card. Okay. But at this, it's wild, because like at this point, they could just play Star-Lord, right? They could just play Star-Lord and just get immense value anyways. So like in other situations, you know, you would be like, oh yeah, they haven't played anything yet. I could totally snap, right? And then, oh, wait, what? Okay. So they just played Doom here, right? In case they play Aurora or something. I think I actually, no. Do I lose, actually? No, I don't lose. But actually, because Doom was coming, actually playing Agony there was a dumb play. In hindsight. That was actually a very dumb play. We had the payday. What are we doing? Okay, Deadpool, Headpool is pretty cool. Into Nico is also nice. Can I get a cool Nico ability here? That's not the cool one I wanted, per se. We got Lockjaw. Is this C3? Well, it could be C3. Could be some notes. Nico times 2. Cosmo, Electra. Okay, so it's this deck. Gotcha. Getting the Venom out early isn't necessarily what we want to do here, per se. But maybe we get something. The posture check. I got you, Magic. I got you, Magic. Also, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the kingdom, my friend. Welcome in. They probably blink this out here. They blink it out into Infinite. Infinite's pretty big. Infinite is pretty big. Thank you, Rice Burner for the hydration. Okay, no ramp is pretty problematic for me here. Pretty problematic. That's a really good pull for them, too. What does this gives me? Deadpool, Headpool. I mean, Death's going to cost 1. Doom. Okay, that's a really good start for them. Doom 2099. They also have Foom. They have Foom and Galactus coming down somewhere. So that's something I gotta play around there. Okay. Nico draw 2. They have 7 energy. I can actually win potentially middle. I could do this, that, this, and we can actually kind of win this game potentially. Let's say there's a random Negasonic. This is actually winnable. Yo, Samil with the raid! How we doing, Samil? Welcome in. It is good to see you, Raiders. Hopefully you had a fantastic stream, brother. Hopefully a fantastic stream. I appreciate you. We got a shout out for Samil, another one of the Marvel Snap homies / Marvel Rebel homies. One of my good friends. Hope your deck works out for you. Well, that's cool. Oh, we're literally going to draw our entire deck. Zabu? Oh, we're snapping into the Zabu. Okay. Wait, I'm actually going to get my entire deck, aren't I? Getting my entire deck is pretty nice. We get Venom, Moira, into Agony. I get Kate. I get Shou. To Basic Arrow. I don't like that. Don't like that. Big Deadpool. To Drax. Cool. Yep. Give me Nico change location. No Nico change location. Okay. Shoo. I go. Yo, Killmonger. This. Let's go. Killmonger. This. That. That. You go Killmonger. Nico. Headpool. Headpool. Death. Deadpool. Okay. Do this. Yo, Hosk and Yim, thank you guys so much for the follows. Welcome to the kingdom. We got Drax. They get Shou Lao, which the last card they played won't get any buffs there. And then I will go Iska and Iron Lad. You like the Carnage? Yeah, the Carnage is awesome. Yeah. You got pretty good hand here. Pretty good, Bat Detective. How's yo? Can we get a shout out for Yoda? Yoda, how are you doing tonight, my friend? Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Okay, so we have X23. We got Headpool. We're facing Law. The One Piece into it. Batroc. Ooh. Okay, so this is always X23 Carnage. It is always X23 Carnage. Excuse me. Sam is good. We do maintain Prio, I believe, with this, which is kind of something we were hoping for. Because they do run Cosmo in this deck. Cosmo does exist in this. Miniaturized Labs. Okay. So, we're in a very rough spot, guys. Very rough spot. Batroc moves over. We still have Pria, though. And if that's Cosmo, that also, like, really, really stinks for us. We're hoping it's not. Actually, no, if it is Cosmo, actually, I don't hate that actually being Cosmo there. Just because, like, then I just know I just don't play that lane. It is Cosmo. Okay. Now I just need... that's not what I needed. That is not what I needed. I have to have Killmonger here. I think we're kind of screwed, right? We do take Prio. They ghost... What? Wait, what? Wait. Huh? Okay, so Killmonger's my only win con, I think, right? Kind of. They jug. Let me think about this. This has moved 3 times. This has moved twice. This has moved once. That's 5 times, so... Is it this? I mean, we win left because they can't move Batroc off of left. It depends on what comes over here. If this is Negasonic, Madam Whip. Okay, we win. Cool. Cool. That'll work. That will work. Damien, Prank Mode, thank you guys for the follows. Welcome to the kingdom. All right. Let's go. Kang. We get an Intero, homie. An Intero, homie. 721. Okay, so you've been playing for a bit. Bro, please tell me they're not playing C3. Please tell me final boss is not Cerebro 3. Please tell me. You want me to posture check? I got you, right? Also, this is like very bad for you, boy. This is very, very bad. All right, so we're going to go probably Maverick into something here, if I were to be honest here. Monster Island. We do get X23. Let's go Maverick. Go Maverick. Okay. Cosmo! Damn, you're mean. You are mean. Yeah. Seems pretty good. What do I get back? I think I get good stuff back here too, don't I? They're not running? They're egoing me. They're egoing me. Suki. Suki. What was the last card I played? Killmonger? I thought it was C3 the entire time. But I was wrong. I was wrong. I think it's just this and Killmonger, right? It's either that or it's simply, or it could actually no. I think it's just this. I think it's just that. It's less cards for like Ronin, but like they do like Ronin and other things here. I think this is best value. Good old Super Giant. The good old Super Giant. Whoa. Whoa. What is this? Now I just need X23 to go middle? Cool. That'll work. That'll work. Sweet. Thank you, Kang. I had a 2 out of 3 to win that game. If X23 went left or X23 went right, we win. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did stick around to the very end, let me know down below. What have you guys been planning to climb? Or if you guys have been just waiting a little bit for some of these other cards to come out this season. I think the meta is honestly in a pretty solid spot. We were talking about it on the podcast with Glacier this past week too. That I think like we're actually at a decent spot in the meta. It's kind of all over the place still. Nothing too oppressive. Of course, we're still seeing some of the same old stuff, but some of that same old stuff is still beautiful. Beautiful. I meant beatable. I don't know what I don't even know what just happened there, but okay. But it's beatable. So I think that's something cool. And this deck has legs to be able to, have some of those, options to be able to beat some of those decks. And Destroy being in a pretty good spot is pretty healthy, I think, in the meta too. And Destroy, of course, does not feel oppressive at all because counters exist, right? But yeah, honestly, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be on the lookout for Buy or Bust tomorrow, and a potential special video on Tuesday. This next week. Dan's not going to be talking about that on the app. Very excited for all the new stuff coming to Snap here. And check me out on the Golden Gauntlet too. I'll be streaming tomorrow my games for the Golden Gauntlet. So if you guys want some live tournament games, I don't think I'll be playing this. I think I'll be probably playing some Phoenix Force, probably some of that Lord Peef stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But until the next time, it's been real. God bless and Tucker out.